Hey guys, Zerkaa here, and as most of you know, I got knocked out of the KICKTV FIFA 13 Invitational in the semi-final to Air Japes. We played 2 games. First game we played, we drew 0-0, and the second game we played, I lost 3-1. I used Man City and he used Real Madrid. And I never made a video post that game. I never made a reaction video, and I never really spoke about how I felt about the losing kind of thing, or like the future of this tournament. So first of all, I wasn't too saddened by losing that game. Obviously, I knew Ajax was a great player, and I knew that he had Real Madrid, and I knew that Real Madrid probably my favourite team on the game, and I knew that he would be very strong with them anyway. So I was kind of almost expecting to lose going into it, but obviously that's not the right attitude to have anyway. But I think I put up a good battle against him, and I think if I'd had a team like Real Madrid opposed to Man City against him, it could have been a better game, maybe a closer game. Because with Man City, even though I felt very solid with them, and they are a very solid team, they are a very slow and rigid team. And sometimes when you come up against someone who knows how to defend pretty well and sits quite deep when defending, then Man City can't be the best of teams to use, because they just haven't really got that kind of pace that you need, or that kind of flair which Real Madrid do have. So yeah, maybe if I had a different team, it'd be a different story. But regardless of all of that, I'm not making excuses, because Ajax is a great player and he thoroughly deserved to go through or be in the final anyway. He thoroughly deserved to be in the final. Moving on, there is the KICKTV final coming out soon, and I wanted to kind of give you guys my predictions on the game, what I think is going to happen, and hopefully give you kind of an insight on how good both players are from my personal experience. So first of all, you have Danny, and Danny has, I think, Tottenham and Leeds left. So you would obviously imagine he's going to be using Tottenham. If he's going to use Leeds, he's going to be crazy. So Tottenham obviously are a very solid side, and they're kind of a team that's overlooked. Even I overlooked them going into this tournament. But when you actually get to using them, they are a very solid side. So the defense is very solid, the defense is fast, exactly what you need for like someone who plays like a 3-5-2 formation like Danny. And obviously you have Lennon and Bow for pacey wingers, and then you have Adebayor and Defoe up front. Defoe being pacey and Adebayor being someone who can get on to headers if you kind of exploit the wings, the pace you have down the wings. So obviously Tottenham are a solid side, and Danny is a very solid player. Danny and me have played tons of times. Typically speaking, I usually beat Danny most of the time. As long as I'm playing normally, I will beat Danny, and that's just something that we've kind of like established over times, ever since like FIFA 11. And obviously, I've only played Air Japes once or twice, and that time I've only drawn or lost to him. And I've only played Air Japes in this tournament, so that's the only thing I can actually go from with Air Japes. And I think Air Japes has Barcelona, and I don't know who he has as his third start. Probably, I think it's Blackpool. So again, obviously he's going to be using Barcelona, and Barcelona obviously are a great team, but on this game they're not that solid. I don't know. They are so. It's weird. It's kind of hard. I think what is wrong? Like, what is wrong? I'm suddenly Jonathan Ross. What is wrong with them is that I don't know. They're very small, and they're not a very solid side. So if you just play against someone like Man City with them, you'd be overpowered by obviously Man City's like strength. But obviously, as Danny is using Tottenham, that might not be a problem for him. As again, Barcelona have very solid defence. They have Jordi Alba and Dani Alves for pacey defenders. So if Japes used a 3-5-2, probably have Dani Alves, Jordi Alba, and PK in the back. PK is pretty solid in the air, so not even hopefully. So he should be able to defend against Adebayor's heading most of the time, but we'll see about that. But again, I think overall, I would say Japes is potentially probably a better player. I don't know how Japes plays with Barcelona, but I know that Danny is very strong with Tottenham. Obviously, when I played Japes, he used Real Madrid, and I think Real Madrid are probably most people's strongest side to play with, because I think if you're someone who just knows how to genuinely use basic skills or just the LT and RT dribble and stuff, you have Ronaldo and other players like that who can literally just win you games just from one kind of attack. I guess you could say that Japes has one of those players in Messi, but we'll see. I think personally, I'm going to go with an Air Japes win. However, I think it would be a pretty close affair. It could be. It's either going to be a game like mine and Japes' first game, or even a second game. Really, is a very close, solid game, like where two good defenders cancel out each other. However, I think it could also sway the other way, where you might see a lot of goals opposed to a like 2-0. you could see like a 4-3 or a 5-4, because I think that both of them are very solid attacking wise. I know Jake's very solid attacking wise, and Danny is also very solid attacking wise. But I still think overall that Japes is probably the better player. Apologies, Danny, you know I love you anyway. But yeah, I think that is the case just from personal experience. But obviously there are other variables that could affect the outcome of the game. First of all, pressure. So whoever performs better under pressure, you never know. Someone might crack under nerves. Obviously, it's a big game. It's big to be playing a FIFA match or 2 FIFA matches for $10,000. That's a lot of money to be playing FIFA for. So someone might crumble under pressure. Some people might perform better under pressure. I'm usually someone who performs quite well under pressure, but obviously sometimes you have those days where you don't. In addition to that, Danny will be flying out from the UK over to New York, so that's a good 9-hour flight. So that's obviously could cause a variable. That could mean that Danny could be either tired, jet lagged, or anything like that. And Jake's only got to fly a couple of hours, I believe, or like an hour or so. So obviously that could be a contributing factor. But regardless of that, I still think that Japes should come out on top. I'd be very happy if Danny was to come out on top, because Danny's someone I've spoken to for a very long time, and even since like Call of Duty days, so it'd be great for him to win. I really hope he does, but I still think that Japes will come out on top, and I'm going to give a prediction on a final score, like overall over the 2 matches. Obviously there's 2 legs, like the semi-finals. I'm going to go with something like I think I'm going to go with a 5-3 to Japes overall. So that obviously that could be like a 3-2 and a 2-1 in results. I think that's the kind of results that I'm going to go for. I can say 5-3 overall, and that kick final should be up anytime soon today. And if you want to give that a check out, then go make sure you look out on their channel or check out my Twitter. I'm sure I will be linking it at some point tonight. And so you guys can give me feedback and tell me if I was right or wrong. And I shall see you guys soon in another video. Goodbye.